The protection of soil from physical as well as chemical deterioration is called soil conservation. It includes all those measures that can protect the soil from erosion and fertility exhaustion. Farmers across the world use different methods to conserve soil and to derive optimum benefits. Some methods are given below. Afforestation. It is the most effective method to conserve soil. More and more trees, shrubs and grasses should be planted and reckless cutting down of forests should be stopped. Checking overgrazing. Overgrazing by animals should be checked as the land becomes exposed to rain and wind. Fodder should be grown as a crop. Crop rotation. The cultivation of different crops on the same piece of land each year during different times is called crop rotation. This practice adds nutrients to the soil and helps in pest control. Contour plowing. In this method, the farmer plows parallel to the contour of a hill slope to form natural barrier for water to flow down from the slope. Terrace farming. It is very effective in conserving soil in mountainous regions. In this method, the hill slopes are cut into terraces to create flat areas to grow crops. This method reduces the speed of flowing rainwater. Strip cropping. It is the method in which cover crops such as small grains and grasses are planted alternatively with cultivated crops in narrow strips. These cover crops absorb the moisture and hold the surface soil together. Cover cropping. In areas such as orchards and plantations, cover crops are planted between the young trees to check soil erosion. Leguminous crops are often used as they add nitrogen to the soil. Planting shelter belts. In dry areas where wind erosion is common, rows of trees and shrubs are planted to reduce the speed of wind to protect the soil. These rows are called shelter belts. Rock dams. Rocks are piled up to check the flow of water and prevent soil loss by floods. Soil erosion and the following fertility loss is a serious problem in developing countries like India. The methods for conservation of soil should be planned on scientific lines, while fertility of soil can be regained by intensive manuring using chemical fertilizers and crop rotation. Water. Water is an essential renewable natural resource. About 70% of the total surface area of the earth is covered with water. Therefore, it is often called the watery planet or blue planet. About 97% of the water is found in oceans and seas. It is saline and not fit for domestic, agricultural and industrial usage. Fresh water accounts for only about 3%. About two-thirds of this fresh water remains frozen in the glaciers and ice caps. Only a small amount of Earth's water, that is 1%, is available and fit for human use. It is found as surface water in water bodies like rivers, lakes, ponds and streams, as groundwater and as water vapor in the atmosphere. Therefore, fresh water is the most precious thing on the earth. The quantity of water is fixed on the earth. It remains in motion through water cycle. Rain is the main source of fresh water. It gathers as fresh water in rivers, lakes and ponds. Scarcity of water. Ever-increasing population. Rising demands for food. Increasing urbanization and rising living standards have created problem of water scarcity in many regions of the world. Most of the countries of Africa, West Asia, South Asia, Western USA, Australia and parts of South America are facing shortage of fresh water supply. It is estimated that by 2025, 65 countries of the world, including India, Korea, Nigeria, Peru and Poland will face shortage of water in the near future. The existing resources of fresh water are either drying up or getting polluted. The distribution of fresh water is highly uneven in the world. This is only because of the differences in climatic conditions. Water resources in India. India gets plenty of rainfall during the monsoon season, but it is not evenly distributed. Some parts get flooded while other parts suffer from drought. India is an agricultural country. It requires a continuous supply of fresh water to irrigate the farmlands. After independence, the government of India undertook different multipurpose projects like Bhakra Nangal Dam on river Satluj to make water easily available for farming and other related activities. These multipurpose projects are called temples of modern India because they serve many purposes at the same time, like irrigation, controlling flood, generating electricity, breeding fish, and creating recreational facilities. Wonderful to know, the father of medicine, Hippocrates, told people to boil water and strain it before drinking it. Conservation of water resources. Increase in population results in water scarcity due to greater demand. If urgent steps are not taken to conserve water, most countries of the world, especially India, will face acute shortage of water. Some of the measures that can be taken for water conservation are plantation of trees and other vegetation to check runoff and let rainwater seep underground. Water harvesting should be done in both urban and rural areas to store rainwater. Effluents should be treated before they are drained into water bodies. Sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation should be promoted. In dry regions with high rates of evaporation, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. This valuable resource can be conserved by plant utilization and protecting the available water sources from pollution. It is very important that we make the best of what is available to us in an economical manner.